Yeah, it's an amazing achievement for Billy, for the club, for Billy's family, for the town, and for rugby league. We've all wanted this news for a very, very long time, and we've all been working hard behind the scenes to ensure that, you know, the first rugby league night is very well rewarded, and of course it has to be Billy Boston. So, magical day for him and his family down meeting the King. The process has been going on for a long time. I think in recent weeks, you know, due to Billy's age, that I know people behind the scenes were working to bring this forward, and that's not an easy thing to do. So I think there's a lot of credit needs to go to many people who have worked hard to make this happen, to ensure that, you know, he gets rewarded and gets what he deserved. I was lucky enough. I spent a bit of time with Billy the night before at the hotel and in the morning, and you could see he was excited with what was going to happen, and his family was super nervous, and it was quite surreal, really. You know, I've grown up in this town, hearing about this legendary figure, and he's become, you know, such an important part of this club's history, and also a friend of mine as well. So to be there and to see his face when he walked out having been knighted was, you know, something I'll never ever forget. You know, I was asked by the family to go down there and front up some of the media as well, which was a great honour for me, and something I'll never forget. You know, is we can spend thousands and thousands of pounds, and we can look at different content ideas or different things to do, but, you know, really we just got Billy Boston smiling at a camera, and, you know, he lights up the whole stadium and transcended the sport, and that's what happened yesterday. People from whatever sport or whatever industry bought into the human story, which is this wonderfully talented rugby player finally being recognised in the highest order after such a long time. I think the statistics don't lie. No one's ever been knighted, and you know, there's a reason behind that, and we need to ask some questions why, because everybody knows that there are some wonderful characters in our sport, not just for their on-field achievements, but the things that they do in the communities and for the charities. You know, we could write a list here today of people who probably deserve a similar accolade. So we need to keep banging that drum and asking why. But also, let's not get too carried away with the politics, and let's look at what is an incredibly positive story for the sport. We can all be proud, and, you know, one thing I look for in situations like this are what everybody's saying, and it's pretty unanimous in people's opinions that this was the right thing for this wonderful guy, you know, at this stage in his life. I think, you know, potentially he could have got awarded it 20 years ago and everybody would have said the same thing, but that's the real tragedy in this, that it's took so long, and you know, Billy's well into his 90s now, and he perhaps will not be able to bask in the glory of everything what it will bring. So that's sad, but well, having said that, we're gonna look forward, and we're gonna celebrate it, and ensure that, you know, we create more memories for him.
whether or not Swift might play this evening. He managed to get through a warm-up fitness test. It's wide to the left-hand side. Back in towards the edge of the forward left flank.
Big Joe Greenwood is going to be making a big presence of himself over on that left side.
High kick from Frawley. It's a long high one, and he's picked his pocket here. Tui Lolohea and Huddersfield are in. They haven't read the script. On the night that was supposed to be all about Billy Boston, Tui Lolohea picks the pocket of the Wigan defenders. A yard or two. Wolford waits just behind him. Goes for Golding instead, though, but misses it out. Goes for Frawley, who's very close to the line. Still going, Matt Frawley. And just brought down, inches away from the line. Huddersfield go again. Tui Lolohea over the top, into the corner, and Jacob Gagai. And the Huddersfield Giants have come here to spoil the party.
There's not as much stress in George Flanagan's mind, and he may well have caught that. Great work from the centre.
Field out wide towards Christian Wade in the corner. On his debut, Christian Wade. Barry, you called it. You said this man is going to score tries, and you're absolutely right. Having got over his nerves and the jitters early on, put through in the corner, Christian Wade scores his first try for the Wigan Warriors. Out towards the left side again to attack from a little bit of space, and Farrell with a high kick this time. Wade chasing after it. He's gone backwards. They've kept it in play here. They're still going high over the top for Jacob Douglas to go running at the defenders. Bringing it back in again. He's still kept it alive. Here's Tyler Dupree. Dupree fending off tackles left, right and centre. They're still going. Harry Smith out wide to Douglas. Douglas trying to find some space in the corner. This time they managed to get it out to Nsemba. Cross kick from Smith. Out it goes. Looking into the corner for Wardle. Wardle! Oh! Oh! Champagne Rugby League from the champions. What a try! What a try in the corner! Absolutely incredible stuff. We say it time and time again, but somehow champions find a way. Wigan then have it back, and Wigan have found an extra gear in this second half. Here's Jay Field, lovely run from Jay Field. Wigan again knocking on the Huddersfield try line with Tyler Dupree shoving Leroy Cudjoe out of the way, and others still going. Tyler Dupree just close. Short. Has he got it down?
No, the ball is up. It's just on the legs of Matt Frawley. Such a difficult man to handle, isn't it?
Huddersfield defences. O'Neill again finding Kieran. Smith back to Field. Field offloading for Wardle. He's in the corner again, Jake Wardle. And having been 10-0 down at half-time, Wigan Warriors extend their lead. Jake Wardle scores again. This one a little bit simpler than the previous for Wigan, but that will count. Double try scorer waiting just behind him. Smith goes for the high kick. Takes a deflection, did it? That'll be play on. They're still going here.
Six more tackles.
6 more. What a gift this is for the home side. O'Neill, short to Tyler Dupree. This time Tyler Dupree bursts his way through the Huddersfield line like a wrecking ball. And looking down and out after the first 40 minutes. They are now well and truly in front. We'll find out a little bit later. O'Neill to Kieran. Over the top for Nsemba. Nsemba! Well, that is the icing on the cake for Wigan Warriors. What a comeback. What a comeback. And Junior Nsemba gifted a try. Strikes it beautifully. That might be the best one of the night. Right between the posts. 5 from 5. Wigan rampant. And they're switching play so quickly now, Wigan. A total mirror of the first half. Christian Wade, though, is he pulled a hamstring there. It looked like he had for a second. He pulled up. He's having another go. Still going, Christian Wade. What a run. He had us all fooled there. High ball down to the right. Kieran has to crouch down to get it. Jay Field with one last effort as the hooter goes.
I think Huddersfield settled into the game quicker. You know, we had first set of both halves, which you know, they found their rhythm with the ball, and you know, at times they troubled us. And there were a few errors and penalties in there, which took us too long to wrestle momentum of the game back. And you know, once we did, we played some good stuff, and we hung on to that momentum, and we were pretty dominant. But yeah, certainly a period there where we needed to be, and it's a very fine line between playing really good and playing really poor. So yeah, another reminder.
Did mean that we got a couple of debuts tonight. First of all, Harvey Meakin, he's worked so hard to get to that point. So hard,
yeah. It can be a long journey for a player in this sport, particularly a young front rower at a club where there's plenty of competition, and he's played on loan at a lot of clubs, as Harvey, in reserves, and been here for such a long time, but his standards never slip. His performance has been pretty good, and I think we knew exactly what we'd get from Harvey tonight. Proud of him.
And Christian Wade as well, he's practically learnt a new sport in 7 or 8 weeks.
It's pretty amazing what he's done, and don't shy away from the mistakes that he made, but he kept turning up. He had some good moments, and I love his endeavour. You know, off the back of an error or two, he continued to compete. You know, a huge amount of carries, some quality in there as well, and he's been with us about a month. Played 2 reserve games. One of them he played half a game. So it's pretty incredible, and he's just such a lovely bloke. You'll have seen firsthand. His character's undeniable, and his work ethic. He's one of the boys already, which is amazing when you think of the career he's had. He's a very humble boy, and yeah, I think we're going to enjoy having part of the club.
It's been a journey, let's say that. But now, from the very beginning of this day, you know, I was woke up, had my breakfast, just thinking about this game. You know, and it's been 5 weeks since I joined the team, and you know, on my second day I played in the reserves game, and I played 2 reserves games, and now I'm here. And you know, it's just been an amazing day. You know, starting off with honouring Sir Billy Boston, and then obviously a tough first half. Made a couple of mistakes out there, but you know, I did my best, and you know, the boys have been supporting me ever since I've stepped foot in the building, and you know, they just got around me today, and it was a team effort. I think that's what I realised about with this rugby league. It's a wrestle. The game, you know, it's set for set. Mistakes will happen, but you know, as long as we band together, you know, the result usually goes the right way. And you know, I was just excited. I was able to get over the whitewash today, and then just finish the second half strong. But it's definitely tough, man. My throat was burning at half time. I got cramp. I never had cramp before, so yeah, it's definitely an experience. Yeah, so it's like, I think this is literally my 5th week I've been here now. I was able to check in with like the coaches. I came up like towards the end of my season with Gloucester, just to kind of get an understanding of, you know, the flow of the game and defense and attack. So I had a little bit of that, and then I was even on the huddle as well, so I could watch the training and just kind of understand what we're trying to do here. But yeah, like I said, support from Tommy, Lockers, Matty Pete's been amazing, and then from the first day I came with the reserves, I had like a team run, which was my first training session. The boys was helping me out, you know, the guys on the right edge telling me when to drop, like when to push in, how you got to carry. So yeah, it's just been a real collaborative kind of transition, really, and I don't think I would have been able to do it without the guys and without me coming to a team like Wigan Warriors.
Caesar, they're coming back to Wade. They feel there's some joy here. Fields is with there. Wade, ball's gone backwards. It's play on. This is play on for Aiden. Can he get the pass away? He can't. And the referee will say that's a set restart, or will he? Stopping play here. He's making his way off the field. Now this is a problem. This is a problem for the Warriors. They've got no back on the bench. They're going to have to reshuffle here. They've got numbers either side of the ruck. Are they coming to this right? They are with Caesar. He's going to float the kick. They've got Barron up against Wade. Oh, they've bumped Wade. They've bumped him off it. Wade lost it. And Cartwright's going to score. Cartwright will score. And Hull FC have spotted a weakness here with Wade on the edge. And they are picking at it and picking at it. Hull looking to extend their lead, and at the moment you wouldn't rule it out. Here's Caesar, goes straight through, gets it away. Cartwright's in for a double. Too easy, far too easy for Hull FC. And Cartwright's over again. Hull lead by 10. Penny for Christian Wade's thoughts at the minute. Here's Yusuf Aiden, runs at Nasemba. Last one then. Well, Caesar's gone the other way. They might be going the other way. They are. Short to Caesar's going to score straight through. Wow! Aiden Caesar takes on the line and he breaks through. Last one. Well, Christian Wade's defending right underneath the post. There he is. Oh, he's kicked it. That's going to be another set of 6, surely. In fact, they've come back for a penalty here. Wigan offside. The kick floated towards the post, goes through the post, and Hull FC lead here by 20 points to 0. The neutrals here, a Wigan try would make things interesting.
Move up and score now.
But at the moment, they don't look like scoring one. Here's Farrell. The loss of Eckersley early on has hampered them, I think, hasn't it?
Yeah, sure has. And obviously as well, with no Bevan French, so often look to him and Field when they're in difficult periods.
Yeah, they do, but Hull FC will counter that. So there's no John Asiata, there's no Will Price. You know, they're missing big guns as well. Here's Smith. Smith gets it away to Field. Now they've finally got an overlap. Here's Wade, takes it. Wade down the line. Wade's got support on his inside. Wade might not need the support. He didn't pass it. He didn't need to. That's what he can do going the other way. And Christian Wade is 2 in 2 as a Super League player. Bounces. Field catches it on the 40. Wigan looking now to attack. Again, Litton gets to Field. He's done well, Davy Litton, there.
Yeah, it all comes off the back of hard defence, and Jay Field's in a real spot of bother here.
The green card in him, so he'll be off for 2 minutes. Well, the game has stopped, hasn't it? And he's not left the field, so
or an interchange.
Calming things down. Here now, the ball to Caesar. Bodies in motion. Cartwright's away again. He's got Charles with him. He gets it to Barron. Barron to win it for Hull. He slides over the line, but did he slide over the touchline?
And then he's taken dead in goal. Thank you, that's all I need.
You're going to have to get the crash man out next week.
5, leave it, Zach.
Now, as the ball moved back by the youngster. Hutchinson, high kick. Wade, gone backwards, try, Rapinoe wraps it up for Hull FC. May not have got in anyway, but little things, little chances that have been and gone. Here is Leeming now. Nicks it away. Chance, short pass. Good line. Havard. Havard through, scores. Consolation, but it's a well-constructed try. And Ethan Havard couldn't have been any closer. Hutchinson gets it away to Hardacre. Little grubber kick through. Ashworth's there and he's grounded it. He's grounded it. Jack Ashworth celebrates.
Got it in his hands. Just go back on that. Still got it in his right hand, still got it in his right hand, and the ball's grounded.
This afternoon.
Yeah, it's been their best performance of the season for me.
Moving it around, Wigan won't die without a little bit of hope. They get it wide to Marshall. Marshall cuts back in. He swings it back to Cade Ellis. Ellis now thinks about the kick. He's thinking about a 40-20. He's going to hoof it downfield anyway. It'll come to rest inside the 20. Will Barron just knock it over the sideline? He will. That will do. A famous, famous win for Hull FC here, who dominated pretty much from start to finish. Wigan blew a chance early on when Eckersley dropped the ball over the line. After that, one-way traffic. Jed Cartwright's double. Aiden Caesar just before the break. They led 20 points to 0 at the break. Wade gave Wigan the faintest of hope. But when then Wade dropped a high ball, Rapinoe finished it off.
Tough day for us against a very good team. We played well, but on the other side of it, 400 games for myself. Seems like it's been a whirlwind of a ride up until now, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. And probably the big part of why I've played so many games for the club, because I've enjoyed every day coming in. But a lot of memories, and I'm glad to get the 400 out of the way.
You know, we put ourselves under too much pressure, made too many mistakes early in sets or kicks. So, you know, Hull came with a game plan, executed it really well. They hardly made an error in the whole game. So credit to them.
I mean, 8 games to go till the end of the season. I mean, obviously you target 8 out of 8 wins and everything like that. It's getting pretty tight at the top of the table.
It is, yeah. We've been quite solid in that, you know, far top point of the table, you know, in that second position, and we'd like to stay there and keep competing. But we know it's going to be a tough challenge. Obviously, some teams around us playing really well at the moment, and we've got a few things to fix up. But it's a long goal year, and you just have to try and be as consistent as you can be. And like I said, we'll fix a few things up, and we'll bounce back next week, and you know, try and put a few performances together for the back end of the year.
Can the Catalan defence hold firm as Wigan attack for the first time in this game? Smith it is, and the pass goes out, picked up by Marshall, looking to ball inside for Wardle. Well, a try out of nothing there. Marshall it was who got the ball back.
In possession, and the ball is grounded.
First attack of the game, it took them 8 minutes. Coming up for 15 minutes on the clock. Oh, good play from Smith. A big gap opens up for Smith, and what a great tackle that was. From Espuro Biche, Smith looked to be charging towards the corner. But Catalan under the cosh again. Farriman looking for a way through. Kick towards the corner. Still going Farriman. What a lovely try that is from Jack Farriman. They think a lot of the teenager here at Wigan.
So we've got to get through this set of 6 and maybe one other before half-time. And the Warriors just looking to lay that platform centre field.
Byrne brought down. Leeming and Mago, and out to that right-hand side. Brilliant from Nsemba to Kieran. And Leeming will score under the post. That was a cracking Wigan try. 8 yards out now from that Wigan line. Wigan have defended that line so well. Barnforth, Farge once more, misses one out. Good play from Rouget, who bangs the ball down, and Cesar Rouget has scored the try.
To try and prevent Warriors from scoring their first points of the second half.
With a try here is Eckersley, goes for the line himself, out of absolutely nowhere. Zach Eckersley showing why Wigan have paid the big bucks to sign him on a long-term contract.
There's Field and French watching on.
Da Costa and Farge for Makinson, and Tommy Makinson will go over for the try. And they finish with a flourish and another try. Kane Ellis with a little sidestep to go round Barnforth. 3 yards out from the Catalans line. O'Neill will go on his own, and Brad O'Neill puts the seal on it and secures a big win for Wigan. But is there a try right at the end? Consolation for Catalan. Daryl Latour. And Nsemba hangs on and hangs on. Daryl Latour still does well. Brought down a couple of yards away. Da Costa will try and put the ball down. Has he managed to score? Alric Da Costa there. You know what? He may well have got the try right at the end, Da Costa.
Does make it to the ground at that point. So I've got sufficient evidence to overturn here. I've made my decision.
Get a try, and it was well worked out in the end. Played really, really well. So one more play you would think in this game. Catalan have done all they can. They put in a big, big effort. But it's Wigan who will come away with the spoils.
I'm pleased with the first half performance. Obviously, when you've got a bit of change in personnel, there's a little bit of nervousness about how it's going to start the game. And you know, I thought we committed to the plan first half, and if we would have stayed in that manner in the second half, I think we could have made it more convincing. But we didn't do that. We failed to do that and lost respect for the ball, which put us under pressure. So Happy with the start and the result, but you know, second half leaves me a bit disappointed.
Yeah, I think we played very well in the first half and then made it difficult for ourselves in the second half. But yeah, like I said, 2 points, and that's what every team's looking for at this stage of the season. Obviously, it's tough. It's never good seeing losses, especially. But now the character's still there in the group. Everyone's still having a laugh and stuff like that. So we're not too down at the minute, but just trying to look for a bit of consistency and some better performances.
Matty's mentioned the past couple of weeks that the defensive efforts need a bit more improvement. Do you think that improvement was there tonight?
Yeah, definitely. I think the amount of ball we give Catalan on our own line in the second half, and then for him to only end up scoring 3 tries, I think it was in the end. Obviously, we don't want him to be scoring any, but 3 tries out of a lot of sets on our line, it's not too bad, but there's definitely a lot of things we can look at and change up.
20 metres for them to cover. Warrington needing to be spot on, and Field advances away. It's an interception, and Josh Dewlis. Oh, but look at Eckersley chasing him here. Dewlis trying to get away. Eckersley's got ground to cover, but it's Josh Dewlis from the interception who goes the distance.
It's a big play from Warrington. They've been under some pressure. They've created their own pressure, really, by gifting the ball to the Warriors, but when they get one chance and one crack at it, Josh Dewlis managed to go at the other end of the pitch and score. Sam Burgess will be really pleased with that.
Smith now, Havard, for a direct route through, non-foul. 2 to go. O'Neill goes shooting out, he gathered. Has he got that down? There just seemed a little bit of a lightness of numbers on that Warrington defensive line on that side.
He's tackled 4.
He thinks trying the field.
Just checking ground.
Well, we've seen one from 90 yards. Have we just seen one from a couple of yards?
Yes, but now, see O'Neill's hand's always on the ball. He's always got possession, and the ball is grounded. Made my decision.
There's the confirmation. One to go. Walker to Sneed. Sneed travels before putting it high. Fields underneath it, and up and safe, and back to the ground, but there's a bit of a shepherding going on. It's a penalty for Warrington.
It's a nice kick. Everyone's competing for it. You'll see Harry Smith just runs into the path of George Williams.
Sneed settles to the task, rolls up, and does what he does. Sticks it over. 8 points to 6. Smith rolling it back to the middle. It's Farriman's duty to put it high. Underneath it is Jake Dewlis, but he's not got there. It's taken instead by Eckersley, who's got the ball away. Barrel plays it on, and Farriman will finish. Oh, they pick their pockets. Fine style. Referee's having a think about it and decides he needs technology to come to the fore here.
Riverline call
a try. Just a pinch one here, though.
Just checking ball carrying arms and hit the floor, please.
Ball carrying arm of Liam Farrell is always up, and that's clean by Farrimond, and we'll go through to grounding. Feet are in the field, and the ball's grounded. I've made my decision.
And right at the start of the second half, Wigan will have the lead here. And the rafters rattled by those Wigan cheers. It's Sneed now. It's with Williams, offering the pace, seeing the gap, going for the line, and scoring a try of pure brilliance. George Williams at his stylish best. 100 game for Warrington, and that's exactly what they got him for. Leaning. Sticks it out, it's over the top, and here comes Eckersley, who's got on the outside. They've got cover flooding in as well. It's going to be a touchdown from Farrell. The old fella got up there. The young fella having started it.
Liam Farrell, well, he called for it. They shift the ball over to the right-hand side. It's that offload from me for Navard. that does the job. The ball from Smith, and you just look how composed Eckersley is. Just weighs up the situation, kicks the ball, takes a perfect bounce, and Farrell's there, Mr. Reliable.
Farrell's to his right, Farriman's edging left. Leaning now, puts it back, Farriman throws it wide, Kieran pushing up one, and it goes to Eckersley, and he fancies he might just have a big try here tonight. Wigan edging closer to victory, 14 minutes to play, but for the first time, Wigan have a 2-score lead against the Wolves. Out to Farriman, and Farrell's on the chase again here. Ratchford, and he takes the ground and keeps his side in possession. But a long way to go. And look at, whoa, ball's been spilled. Leeming puts it out, and Farriman, just to underline that graphic you've just seen, Wigan are deadly in the last 10 minutes of matches. But have they got one here?
Right, Jack, that's zero tackle. We have a live call of try.
That one, his hand remains on the ball, and we've established on the first angle that it gets to the line. We've just checked that his hand maintains possession with the ball all the way to the line. I've made my decision.
Here we go. Everyone's expecting. And Jack, the lad, has done it for a second time. The 19-year-old with a try that surely seals the win now, that cements Wigan's second spot, that has Warrington looking up at dark clouds before they can see the top six. Williams. Matterson away to Sneed. Sneed with a kick towards the corner. The bounce, always awkward for French. It's held up and it's moved left. And a score in the corner from Jake Pulis. You'd think too little too late. But the clock will stop as we go for another video referee here.
Takes possession of the ball clean, his feet are in the field at this point, still in the field. Just confirm on the back angle, please, that his right leg stays in. And go back to the front angle to finish, please. So on that, both feet are in the field, and the ball's grounded. Made no decision.
Sneed left-footed, sends it where he wants it to go, and the flags are up, and it is still a game that could be won or lost. Vaughan puts it back. Curry now. He has a look. He's knocked it on. He's knocked it on. Someone's thrown a bucket of water over the flames. It's Wigan's win after all.
There's areas we need to refine that I thought resulted in the margin being closer than it should have been. I had discipline when Warrington were coming at their own end, and a few things are in kicks, but those are things we can fix and work on and improve and enjoy doing. But I like the look of my team tonight. It's hilarious. Leave it in, I reckon.
Second half, then the right side was looking really clinical with all 4 tries down that side. That must be really pleasing to see.
Yeah, especially when our left edge is such a potent one, and to see Jack grip that side and utilise Adam and Zach and Faz, I think is a good sign for us. And Adam's been excellent all season, and Zach, he's playing all over the place and showed his quality, and none more so than tonight.
Sam, it's been a long 11-12 weeks since you did that injury in Catalans. Is it good to be back tonight?
Yeah, I'm delighted. Obviously back on time, and yeah, just nice to get back out there. Obviously been watching now for a good few weeks, and just obviously going to be a bit sore after that one, but glad to get back into the swing of things. Yeah, obviously a broken bone, so it was just a lot of healing and waiting and trying to stay off feet for as much time as I could. Was trying everything, was trying laser therapy, in an oxygen chamber, just everything I could to try and get back as quickly as possible. But obviously I hit my target and got the green light to play, so I'm just delighted to be back into the swing of things.
Yeah, I feel like I have. Yeah, I've loved every minute. Yeah, it's been pretty easy to settle in with a group that Matty's got round him, and the environment he's created here at Wigan. It's quite easily to settle in, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it was more Matt really when he found out I was leaving Sale at the end of the season there in Rugby Union, that he was interested right from the start to maybe get me in, and that took a month or two to sort out, and the club decided that they'll do it till the end of the season, and yeah, that was it really. That it was Matt who approached myself, and I was keen to do it as well, so I'm glad it's worked out.
So if fans aren't quite sure what your role is within the coaching setup, just give us a little bit of an insight into that.
Yeah, I came in and Matt's asked me to look at the first and last players, the sort of transition side of the game. So first and foremost, that's my main focus up to now, and just helping where I can, speak to Tommy, lockers. We share ideas all the time, and we're always talking about where things can improve and where we can do things a little bit better, and then just a sounding board for everyone really. But yeah, first and last players on the field is my area at the minute.
Yeah, obviously Deek's coming in. I think he had a focus on first and last players, and it's something that we sort of definitely improved on to the back end of the season. I think we was slightly off in that area in the grand final, but yeah, it's things to improve on and things to work on. But Deeks has been a great addition to the coaching staff, and I'm sure, obviously with signing his new contract, and he'll be here for a few years now, he'll put his stamp on the team and the club even more.
In the game nowadays, with how slow the ruck is in Super League, it's a very big attacking and defensive part of the game. So we brought a bit more focus to that and a bit more organisation, and I think it sort of helped us. I think it looked more organised. We obviously scored a few more tries off kicks as well. So I think Paul did a great job in adding a bit more focus to that as well, and having a bit of his knowledge and a different look on things with his rugby union experience.
Minchella. Morg again, oh lovely ball, great angle, and on the end of it Dean Hadley is in to score.
Artur Morg does so well. He just holds on to this ball and invites the attention of Harry Smith. Hadley's line is true and the dam has been broken.
Which way does he go this time? He's going to go himself with a little grubber kick, and Farrell's in trouble.
Now then.
Liam Farrell's in trouble. The tackle. Well, obviously no try.
Well, it's a tackle off the ball and a potentially try-scoring opportunity. Huge moment in the game, this.
Jack, tackle 4. I have no try. I'm looking for the merits of a penalty try for a tackle without the ball by Liam Farrell.
Ellis is onside, and it's a clear tackle without the ball by Farrell.
No try, but
10 minutes, mate.
Let's listen to the referee. Oh, we don't need to listen to him.
Try scoring opportunity.
Well, there's no complaints from Liam Farrell either. He's tackled Elliot Minchella without the ball.
Huge moment. Well, he puts it over, 8 points to 0, so a 2-score lead. Desperate to play it before the hooter sounds. Smith now, the hooter does sound. And it's caught and batted out of play, and that will suffice from Hodgkinson Rovers' point of view. Well, what a magical first half that has been. Utterly absorbing. Hodgkinson Rovers came here to make a point. They have made a point.
No challenge.
In the 40 minutes we've seen so far. Oh, hang on, we've got more to come. No, we've not.
I've asked Jay Field.
Jay Field
the second player to
had
nominate.
made the indication that he wanted to challenge. He felt he was run off the ball here. It's Jez Litton that he's claiming has run him off the ball. But I think they've decided better of it. There's a marginal movement, isn't there?
badly as that ball came free. Here comes Broadbent.
No, he's been outstanding, Jack Broadbent. He's always there. He's an outlet for everyone. And now
penalty
a 6
given
again.
away. Penalty given away. Petulant ball steal on the ground.
Well, it started off as a 6 again. A set restart conceded, turned into a full penalty by the referee. And it's the correct decision as well.
Hodgkinston Rovers fans behind at the sticks, keeping the noise to a minimum, but now they lift it and raise the rafters as Martin puts it over. 10 points to 0. And here's Kieran to prove the point, and he's got himself over the line. Adam Kieran puts a little hope in the hearts of the Cherry and Whites. It is still game on. Kick to come, try given, and a match that remains on a knife edge. Smith goes scooting through, and he's passed another, and he looks for support, and he finds support, and here comes Marshall. The recovery from Hodgkinston Rovers is heroic, this is the last play of the game. Slung into Smith's hands again, over the top and Field. Field now, all on this one. Ellis drops it, Wigan have it back, but it's a knock-on, and that is the end of it. Wow, they've got one hand on a league leader's shield.
We have to be better than that. Simple errors and poor ends to sets put you under pressure, and we had to defend too much in tough areas, and eventually that catches up with you. But the lads' commitment, effort, scramble defence and things like that, you can't knock them, but you've got to be better than that.
Yeah, well, it was a tough game. Top of the table clash, that was to be expected. They're a great side. We both played very similar in the way we start the game, so I thought the way we started was very physical and fast, and defensively I thought we were at it, and I just think the way we started the game with the drop balls and putting ourselves under pressure, I think that was the theme of the night. Defensively we were at it, plenty of scramble. We lost Faz early and late in the half, and he sort of had to make up numbers and scramble. They had plenty of ball, and I just thought we showed a lot of pride and will, I suppose, in the way we defended. They scored one good try and penalty goals, so you can't get too down about that. I think if there's any other team, it probably ends up being a blowout. So I think there's lots we can take from that in terms of defensively, but not shying away from it. We need to do better with the ball, just putting ourselves under pressure, and with a team like that, they just do the basics very well, and it just takes gas out of you. So that's a work on for us.
Footwork and a little bit of a handoff, but doesn't buy him too much go forward. Wardle. Here's Smith. Ellis back to French. French with a kick through because the chase is on. It's a beautiful bounce to Kieran, and he reaches over and touches down right underneath the referee's nose. And Wigan do finally find points from all that position. Position once more. Leading already by that Kieran try and goal. And desperate for more here. Mago continuing that impact. Here comes O'Neill. French standing wideish on the right. Offering it up and then deciding to have a go himself and shaking off a couple of defenders. Still free. Caesar Walters has made it, and Bevan French is over with a little bit of magic for his 100th Super League try. He made it, he scored it, and that came straight out of the Bevan French playbook. In dealing with him, it's untidy, but it's okay to play on. Ellis, French, a dummy and a flick to Farrell, who goes wide. That is a thing of beauty. Zach Eckersley on the end of that. But my goodness, there were some silky skills in the build-up again from Vanganar, who's driving and forcing and taking his side ever closer.
That's a good carry from Vanganar. Sets him up, one play left.
Another set of 6, but that's academic because there's barely seconds left to play. This will be the last play of this half. Pitts takes it in. They try and go for an angle, keep it alive. Lino, Griffith, oh, and it almost hands up in Marshall's hands. Referee says, play on. And now the tackle is complete, and that will be the end. Well, it's a penalty. Penalty for Wakefield. Something to show. Jowett usually absolutely spot on with his kicking, as he's proven to be again. It is 2 points back, but it barely chips at the surface of that Wigan performance, and Wigan lead at half-time. Wigan dominant, Bevan French at times brilliant. Kieran for French. Ellis started on this right-hand side. It goes all the way out left for Marshall, who's putting the skids on hand, has Musemba in support, and Wigan up and running with barely 5 minutes of the second half played.
Harry Smith on the kicking tee. We know Kieran's the recognised kicker. Well, maybe there's something to look out for there for Kieran. Is he fully fit?
Smith with a kick away. Walmsley has to backtrack here, but he's safely underneath it. If you missed it, that scoreline from Huddersfield 6, Warrington 10. Oh, the big collision, sees the ball come free, and if it, well, there is, it's a penalty. It is a penalty for Wakefield. Well, there you go, the explanation, mitigation, but it was still shoulder to head, so Ethan Havard is off for the next 10 minutes. We're going to down to 12 for the next 10 minutes. It's not going to make an awful big difference in terms of outcome of the game. What do you reckon? Here's McMeekan. There's a Tony for company who's kept alive, and McMeekan now will look back on the inside. Oh, the defensive effort is pretty good from Bevan French, and the ball comes clear, and Wigan will have it back again.
No, it's more than pretty good. I mean, French was in second gear and just stalking the support runner. It was a good piece of work initially. It was pre-line stuff from Mike McMeekan, gets the return ball from a Tony, and then through a couple of Wigan players, causes on the inside, and French was just there stalking.
Marshall to Field. And now Smith, and here's Bevan French, and French with a pass that opens things up, and Farrell again helps it on its way, and Zach Eckersley, for the second time in the game, is an ever so grateful winger to be on the outside of skills like that. So he does, and Wigan now looking to pounce again with that one-man advantage. O'Neill, Smith, Musemba, Field, look at the space, and into the corner with a little bit of acrobatics. Liam Marshall dives in.
Still in possession of the ball, and the ball is grounded.
I'd love to see this full speed again. Well, I'll tell you what, well done, Tom Johnstone, from the left wing. Either that was try all day long. It's not over yet, though. Here's the threat, other side of the park.
Well, there's a gap where Johnstone was, and Walters cuts back on the inside, fancies glory himself, and gets just that.
He's in possession at this point, still in possession, and he's on the ball, and the ball is grounded.
From the Wigan Warriors.
Moving up to second place on the back of this very healthy win. Walmsley got a touch on that, otherwise it might have been travelling Marshall's way again for another big run. But that will be it, because the clock is ticking down. There won't be time for a restart. The hooter sounds in the background, and all around the stadium it's Wigan fans who climb to their feet and applaud their team's performance here today. 44 points to 2, never in doubt. Right from the very start, they have dominated from the first to the last.
Yeah, very pleased. I feel like we've had a tough couple of weeks. Obviously last week it didn't go our way. I didn't feel like we played our best. Too many unforced errors and skill-based errors, so it was good today that I feel like we've had a focus on that through the week. I feel like we executed pretty well today, you know, completed very high, and ultimately I feel like we did what we said we was going to do.
Just on the completion rates then, it was 91% at half-time, 92% at full-time, pretty consistent afternoon all round.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like we've been chasing that completion rate, especially coming out of yardage. I feel like that's been limiting us in our attack and putting ourselves under pressure in defence. So it was nice today that we completed high, and it just goes to show that we can get more attacking opportunities, and obviously we took them today.
Obviously the big one today, Bevan French returned to the field. Has he come out of the game okay?
Yeah, he's good. He's good. It was a common sense decision to get him off the field with 15 to go. If it had been nip and tuck, he would have stayed out there, but thought best to protect him. Yeah, I thought he was excellent. There's no doubt we want to get better when he's not playing, but he brings a balance to the team and takes pressure off Harry and the nines and gets Jay into the game. So it's more than just his own involvements, which can be spectacular, but also the quality of some of his basic players. He's kicking early and chasing the ball, and he helps us build the game with a real intelligence.
Seven minutes gone, still a couple of tackles left in this set for Wigan. Great ball for Nsemba. Can he offload the ball to Marshall? Marshall goes for the line. Liam Marshall gets the try. Terrific move from Wigan out to the left-hand side, and Liam Marshall, Wigan's record Super League try scorer, gets his 10th of the season.
Field.
Oh, ball out to Marshall. It'll be a strolling for Liam Marshall. Smiles for the winger. 2 tries for Wigan. 2 tries for Liam Marshall. From the base of the scrum to the try in the corner, and it's 10-0 to Wigan.
Alex!
It was Ackersley, brilliant that for Field, fantastic, he's got French in support, he may not need him, Jay Field, sensational try for Wigan. Jay Field rounding it off, but what about the pass from young Zach Ackersley? That was rugby league at its very, very best. Tisson again. Field underneath it, is he? The ball bouncing around all over the place. And that may well be a try for Artur Romano. Jay Field, it was.
Yeah, so established. He steps across him, so there's no foul play from Catalan. There's a playing off from this point. And the ball is grounded. I made my decision.
And Harry Smith, that's a swivelling, swirling kick, and there was no chance there for Romano. Picked up by French. French puts the kick forward. Fields on the end of it. What was it I was saying about Bevan French? You can't keep him quiet for long.
So picks up with clean. Can we go to the grounding now, please? And the ball is grounded.
And that try may make a big difference as Wigan have down a crucial 2 points. Da Costa now, Tisson finds Espuro Bichet. Well, that was a high tackle on Espuro Bichet. Well, it is yellow. Wigan don't want to give away another penalty. Great play from Espuro Bichet. He's got open space. Guillermo Espuro Bichet. He's got field to beat. Brilliant fullback play from Espuro Bichet. Brilliant fullback play from Jay Field. That would have been something. The pre back on for Wigan. Quick play the ball. Quick hands for Bevan French. He chips the ball towards the corner. And Zach Ackersley will wrap it all up. You can't keep Bevan French quiet for long. Here is Hill. Oh, the well Harvey Hill, the really well Harvey Hill. He was ankle tap, wasn't he? Otherwise realised that would have been a fabulous solo try for the young man, but there's still a chance here for Eckersley to round it all off with his second try, and Wigan do finish with a flourish. Zach Eckersley with the try. The hooter goes. Is there a try though for Marshall? Marshall for the hat-trick on the hooter, and Liam Marshall gets his third try, and it is a hat-trick for Wigan's number 5. The third Wigan player to score a hat-trick in Perpignan.
No, it was a great game. I thought the lads were really good. Thought we started really well. First 20 minutes was good, and you know we had some hard moments. You know, AK pulled out early on in the warm-up, and Paddy, we lost him as well. I thought we dug deep tonight. I thought we defended really well.
I liked many aspects of it. I liked the way we started the game. I liked the way we rode the storm of goal line defence in the second half and then came out the other side of that. Those things will stand us in good stead. There's a period just before half-time where we need to be better than. Not just the fact that they scored, but there was a few sets up to that where we looked a little bit loose. So a little bit of learning there, but much to be proud of. We're always capable of posting points.
The night started off with a bit of adversity with Adam not making the kick-off. Was he always going to be given until the last minute?
Yeah, we was always prepared to make that shift with Faz into the centre, Keane coming onto the bench. So we had discussed it, but it wasn't worth testing Adam out earlier in the week. The swelling was settling, he felt okay, but hopefully he's all right for next week. But I like the way we handle that. Yeah, there was a few nice tries, weren't there?
Do we start that again?
His double has won it, gets the ball away, they're going to score! Walter sends Wigan into the grand final!
The time is now.
The defining moment for me has to be the grand final and a failure to get the job done.
Just be super confident till the end.